Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's having a good day today. It's very nice. It's very hot outside today. There's a lot to talk about. There's a little bit to talk about today. I do want to remind you that at Title Match Wrestling, you can watch so many different promotions, guys. So many of you already are on Title Match Wrestling YouTube channel. But TitleMatchNetwork.com, over 125 promotions. 125 promotions. Wrestling Syndicate, so many things like CZW. You can go through the name of the list. WrestlePro, live pay-per-views every month. 150 plus full-length shoot interviews, RF videos on there as well. You got Luchasaurus's last match before AEW, that's on there. So many more. There's the one on the right, you guys know her. That's Drake Maverick's wife. He's trying to consummate the marriage with her. And then, of course, our friend Thunder Rosa on the left. So their recent pay-per-view is up for the ladies' night 7. USA Pro Wrestling 27th anniversary show. That's there. Scott Steiner versus Freight Train. Don't miss that. Trust me. Kevin Sullivan. Oh, my God. There's so much stuff on there. TitleMatchNetwork.com. You get 50% off for 3 months. Joe Cronin Show listeners, 50% off 3 months. And that is pretty damn awesome. You get 2 free weeks. So I just want to get that plug in there real quickly because they have been awesome. So many wrestling companies. Bar Wrestling, Ladies Night, Battle Club Pro, WrestlePro, Pro Wrestling Syndicate, WrestleCade, PCW Ultra, West Coast Wrestling Connection. All right, Defy, Sabotage, IWA Deep South, Warriors of Wrestling, and just way more. Plus the new All-Star New England Wrestling, the company that I'm doing commentary for a little bit. They're going to be on there too. So everything that I'm going to be doing is going to be on there also. Just so much crap, man. Use coupon code Cronin and go to TitleMatchNetwork.com, presented by Title Match Wrestling. So, I'm here to tell it like it is, man. There's some wrestling news. We're just going to have fun. It's going to be a little bit of stuff. I didn't want to record a video and then upload it today, so I was like, I'll just go live and see what goes on. Maybe some people have questions that I can answer that fill up the show a little bit more. So that may be something we do. You know, maybe there'll be something people want to talk about. I'm hearing a buzzing, and that's driving me nuts. Might actually be that fan up there that's all jacked up. I don't know. Yeah, does anybody think Raw is going to be good? I don't know. I have a tough time recognizing whether it's really going to be good. But the fact of the matter is, John, dude, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this since 2007 on YouTube, at some point going on and ranting about wrestling and talking about wrestling, but it really picked up in 2010 for me. So Mike asked when I started on YouTube. I mean, you can go take a look back all the way back at that shit. It's available. I have all the videos. I started on YouTube doing a whole bunch of different things, but one of the things I did on the regular was I would review WWE pay-per-views. I wasn't reviewing Raw every week or SmackDown every week, but I was reviewing the pay-per-views, kind of just turning on the camera, spitting into the camera about what I thought about it. And yeah, I didn't come on YouTube to try to get famous doing Call of Duty videos. And then when the Call of Duty videos failed, that I decided to use wrestling to try to get popular. I didn't reinvent myself 3 different times on 3 different topics until I finally got to wrestling to take advantage of the wrestling audience. This is something I've always done. You can go back and you can find all the VHS tapes of me as a kid, the pictures as a kid, at the events, in the pictures, posing, doing all kinds of things. I didn't just go to a first wrestling show like 15 years ago like some people. I've been doing this forever. It's just been something I've always done. I've also been in the wrestling business in some way for 20 years. I began wrestling way back in 2002, being trained a little bit. You know what I mean? I took over as a ref at one point. I've been commentating for 9 years, so I didn't just pretend like I jumped into this. You know what I mean? I've always been doing this. You know, I didn't go to a wrestling show, then have a commentator like myself who's been doing this for 9 years grab me out of the crowd and say, hey, come call with me, and then, you know, just all of a sudden decide that I've wanted to do this my whole life. No, I have wanted to do this my whole life, and that's why I did it my whole life. That's why I went out and did it, and I went to the training, and I went to the schools, and why I went to school for radio broadcasting, because I did want to do it my whole life. I didn't just get pulled out of a crowd and say, I think I've always wanted to do this, actually. You know, it's always been something that I've done. I didn't get fucking it handed to me or pushed aside from somebody else. So that's not how it works, you know? And sometimes I hit the mute button. Sometimes I drop my phone on the keyboard and all this stuff starts playing, and then I hit the mute button too. You ever think about that out there? You ever realize that? Do you know how tough it is to be Joe Cronin? Huh? I'm taking a page out of Matt Hardy's book, all right? You know how tough it is to be Joe Cronin? I've always spoken about New Japan Wrestling for years. I've talked about Kenny Omega for years. All of this stuff can be proven. You can go back and watch my videos from 2010, from 2009, from 2007, from 2011, and you can see me talking about New Japan. You can hear me talking about Kenny Omega back in the day. I didn't just, you know, there's actually not a video of me from early Out of Nowhere episodes. There's not a video of me saying, I don't know who Kenny Omega is really, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden pretend like I was a fan of him for like 20 years. Yeah, there's no video of me like that. There is a video of other people like that, but that's fine. There isn't one of me like that. There's actually videos of me talking about him for years, saying, I don't really watch New Japan too much, but this guy's crazy good. It's unbelievable, his stuff. I didn't say, like, who? I don't really know. No, I've always kind of known about him. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. I've actually known about that. I don't go do interviews with guys and just make up my lineage that I was dreaming of this forever, and that, oh my God, thank God it came true, and oh my God. Like, no, this is the real deal. When I say real as fuck, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean when I say real as fucked. Real as fuck, and you're fucked. I am real as fuck. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, now that we've set the record straight, I just wanted to clarify all of that and show the fakery of other people and show the realness of me, because I have been watching this my entire life, and I have trained to be a wrestler, and I have done commentary for 9 years because I wanted it. I have gone to radio and TV broadcasting school. You know, I have actually proven all the signs that I wanted to do this. I didn't start doing Halo videos, and then that didn't work, so pretended to be a fan of something else. But hey, Whatever gets you there. There's so much wrestling news. Let's get to it.
Super chat.
And now we got Mike Hamilton with a donation, man. Thank you for the $1, Mike. What's up? There's a super chat party coming in from Mike, and it's hot, baby. It is hot. It is very hot. Did I mention Title Match Wrestling? Coupon code Cronin. TitleMatchNetwork.com. Go look it up, guys. You're going to like it. If you're actually a wrestling fan, you're going to subscribe to this network. I like the WWE Network. I'm not telling people not to subscribe to that. People always say, I'm unsubscribing to the WWE Network, or I'm out of here, or I'm going to leave the WWE Network. I've had people tell me that they cancel the WWE Network so that they could be a patron of mine. They'd rather be a patron of mine than the WWE Network. I mean, that's awesome, and I appreciate it, and we're 9 patrons away from 400. But the thing about it is, man, the WWE Network is such a good buy. I mean, sure, the quality of the overall product is down, but the WWE Network is a killer. It's an unbelievable deal.
Joe is real as fuck. JD is fake as fuck. Smiling face with smiling eyes. Smiling face with smiling eyes.
Oh, man. My God. Well, you said that. I didn't say that. I didn't say anybody's names. Frank Gilbert, thank you for subscribing. Frank Gilbert. Appreciate that, Frank Gilbert. So this is a really important story to me. Let's talk about this first one. Chris Jericho stepped up for Knobbs, man. Chris Jericho. We talked about Nasty Boy Knobbs a couple weeks back, I think it was. You know, it's a guy that I grew up watching as a young kid. He's one of the first tag teams that I've ever heard about. The Nasty Boys was one of the first teams that I ever knew about, ever heard about in the late 80s as a kid. It was probably like the Nasty Boys, the Hart Foundation, the Rockers, the Mounties, and, teams like that, the British Bulldogs. Those are basically the tag teams that I initially knew as a kid. Maybe, Ted DiBiase and IRS is Money Inc., but that would come a little bit later. But the bottom line is Nasty Boy Knobbs in some trouble, and we talked about it a little while back. We were like, oh, man, I just shouted it out real quick, said, hey, anybody want to help out Nasty Boy Knobbs or whatever? Looks like he's got some medical bills. Looks like he's got some craziness going on. He had a $10,000 goal. Well, once again, Chris Jericho stepped up to be superhero, but so didn't all of you guys, and so didn't all the wrestling fans out there. Maybe not everybody who's watching my show. Maybe these are all different people, but the fact of the matter is the people stepped up for Nasty Boy Knobbs, and he is up to $10,000 over the goal, which, be nice to go over a little bit because he probably kept it, a little bit lower, didn't want to seem crazy. So that's really nice that people stepped up to help Nasty Boy Knobbs. But Chris Jericho stepped up and dropped $1,500 for Nasty Boy Knobbs. And, Jericho's, I would assume, has quite a bit of money. And he's stepped up for a lot of people over the years. WrestlingNews.co, which has always been a weird name to me, but WrestlingNews.co, they created the list here. Go check out their article on this whole thing. They've got a whole bunch of articles. They created a list of all the times, Jericho helped out. Pretty kind of nice little list. Pretty good list to be on. He did make the list, and it's a good one. $5,000 to help cover the funeral expenses for Balls Mahoney. $5,000. $2,500 towards a fundraiser set up by Tyler Breeze and Kevin Owens for the victims of Alberta forest fires. $3,000 towards Rico Constantino's medical bills. We all know that. We had Rico on the show. During that time, Rico was really thankful of Jericho. That was really cool. Rico was a friggin' joy to have on the Joe Cronin Show on the Bowling Alley. Or rather, Joe Cronin Show presenting to you the Bowling Alley with Kenny Bolin, me, and, of course, Rico Constantine. And before Kenny Bolin fired everybody and ran away. $2,500 towards Rex King's funeral costs. $2,500 towards Jerry Lynn paywall. Pay for he had so many medical bills. Remember, Jerry Lynn had all that trouble. He's got even some funny things on here, like a $300 goal to help Boots for wrestler Black Dragon. That's not funny. That's actually his pet. I thought that was like some kind of a joke or something. No, that was that guy's pet. That's awful. But he does have some joke things on here. Let me see what else. Well, not Superstar Billy Graham. He helped him out. That's not a joke. Kamala's house. He helped save Kamala's house. $5,000 to help Kamala's house. Damn. But yeah, he's got some weird stuff on here, like Trevor Jones's mother's tampon fund. Look at this. This is so weird. Justin Bailey's dildo obsession. He also donated to that. That's weird. And he's also donated. I can't believe he donated to this one, though. I can't believe he donated to this one. $50,000 towards anybody who injects AIDS into Tommy NC's mother. That's really despicable. That's the one that I don't agree with. I don't know if Jericho should have put his name on that. And I think he could be sued for that, to be honest. You know, I really think that could be a problem. I don't know if I would have gone that way. But, but all the good things Jericho did do outweigh those horrible things.
Here I am, an SJW!
All right, shut up. That being said, what the fuck is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? All right. So, shout out to Wardlow, by the way, for that beautiful intro. Loved that intro. I could watch that 1,000 times because Wardlow is going to be dominant in AEW. This guy is going to be a wrecking ball in AEW when AEW hits TNT for their debut episode. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. Wardlow's a good guy. This guy's a damn beast. Just look at him coming to the ring a little bit here.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
The guy just fits the Joe Cronin Show mold, man. Shout out to Dominic for grabbing that clip for us. It was crazy. Dominic mentioned the show. Wardlow mentioned the show, that he had heard it, that he's like actually a guy that watches the show. And then Dominic was like, shit, I'm here doing this. And then like, boom, let's record something. I'll send it to Joe. So that was really cool. Dominic, man, just happened to be there. Nah, he probably paid him $100. No, I'm just kidding. No, he didn't. I'm joking. He does like us. Wardlow's the man. Lacey Evans, this is so devastating. Why did they do this? No. This is the stupid world we live in now. I told you guys. And by the way, I am going to open up phone lines in a minute, potentially for like a few minutes. So we will take phone calls in a few minutes from anybody. Anybody wants to call, that'd be great. We'll get you on here. But yeah, man, I'm so disappointed in Lacey Evans here because I was so happy with her. It might not be her fault that she had to do this, to be honest. It might be the pressure of this stupid society we're in because people believe stuff. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Lacey Evans was pulled over by the cop. And, in my mind, I was like, she probably asked the cop to do it because he was smiling the whole time, which indicated like he knew he was part of the joke, kind of. He was like, like the cop was like laughing. No cop would smile as much as that cop was smiling. So I kind of was like, it looks like she worked it with him, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to pretend this is real because it seems pretty real and it could be. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I want to love these gimmicks and what everybody's doing. And Lacey Evans has done such a great job. She's calling him a nasty and everything. It was fucking hilarious. And now it comes out today that, they worked the whole thing. And she had to come out and say that because apparently, people were like, fuck the cops, and this is why cops are pieces of shit and all this stuff. So, she had to say, or somebody had to say, like, no, we planned the whole thing. It was a big work thing. But it's like, no, man, why did that have to happen? Why can't we keep this kayfabe? Why can't we keep kayfabe? Dude, fucking kayfabe matters. Like, it really does matter. People say it doesn't matter and, like, everybody knows. Yeah, I know, but, like, the movie stars in the movies don't in the movie come out and start saying, like, oh, we rigged this. I mean, I guess they do, but the business is different. It's just different. If you pretend it's real, I'll think it's more real than, than it really is. And then we'll have something going on here. 470's on the phone. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, I want to talk about that Friday Night SmackDown and how I think that I feel like the show it's going to mess up Raw, really. And I hope that they can fix Raw and SmackDown. I don't want all the superstars going from Raw to SmackDown and then Raw's messed up. I mean, I guess with Michael Cole and Corey Graves going over to SmackDown, that's good, and I guess it's a fresh new start with somebody else other than Michael Cole on the announce table, but I just want Raw to be a good show, too.
Yeah, but why is SmackDown going to Friday messing up Raw? What do you mean by that?
I mean, I just, like, they're going to be taking a whole lot of superstars from Raw, like top superstars, and putting them on SmackDown. They want all the top superstars on SmackDown, so I was thinking that maybe that they was just going to mess up Raw, but have SmackDown, the A show, and have SmackDown, like, just be just just be just like way better than Raw. I just want to balance. If you understand what I'm saying.
Well, dude, I think they are going to balance it. I really do. I think that you are going to see, like, obviously, like Brock Lesnar and stuff like that. I only think there's a few people going to SmackDown, and I think that makes sense because they need some star power. So, you know what I mean? You're going to have the Undertaker appear or something like that. You're going to have Brock Lesnar go over there. But everything on Raw is kind of staying the same. But at the same time, I think they're trying to make Raw the fresher show, like the new, like this is the new WWE, and check this out. And SmackDown's going to kind of have the same vibe they've had because that's what Fox wants. And yeah, there's new announcers. There's Vic Joseph, the guy that took my job. He's going to be a commentator. And then the other guy is, I can't remember his name now. Oh, God damn it. I'm surprised he's the announcer because he was a pretty good wrestler. And he's kind of come out of nowhere on commentary to me. But yeah.
But yeah, and may I ask you just one more question? And what do you think of this idea of the Fiend character?
The idea of it, like the whole thing?
No. I just want to ask you, like I feel like if I was a writer, I would book the Fiend versus the Undertaker at WrestleMania, the casket match, and have Bray Wyatt retire the Undertaker, have the Undertaker be carried away in the casket at WrestleMania, and have his career over, and that would boost Bray Wyatt's career up.
Yeah, I would love if they did something like that. I don't know if they can stay away from Undertaker. I mean, he would have to be like, I'm 100% retiring. Because even that Roman Reigns loss, that was a really like crazy emotional thing. Like, but so I guess a casket match is the only way. I always envision that too. Like you just said, I always envision carry him off in the casket and then even if WWE did want to bring him back again, which would suck, but they could bring him back. So, like, I'd be open to Bray Wyatt putting away the casket, and then even if Undertaker shows up again, he's done that, like, 3 times in his career where a casket's on fire or something else happens to a casket, and the Undertaker always returns after the Undertaker gets put in the casket. So, I like the idea of that could be it. We never see him again, and they still have the door to bring him back if they want. But either way, Fiend gets put over no matter what happens. So, I want that to happen.
Yeah, but thank you, Joe. Now,
man,
love your show, man.
Thanks, dude. That was good. Good call. I thought it was a good call. I got my motor skills going. I know people want to be done with the Undertaker, but I don't know if they're ever really going to be done. I think this guy's going to keep probably making appearances until he's dead or until he's like really so like decrepit he can't come out. I don't know. I'm betting that that's the situation, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, I just wanted to come live and do this episode just because it's fun to do that. PYRO might be coming back to WWE. They're mentioning that. WWE is looking at that. We're also going to look at the Kenny Omega mocking situation, which is really funny. What the hell is that? 864, hello.
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Sounds like you called me in a tropical storm.
Yo.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm at work right now. That's why you hear all that shit going on.
Oh, okay. You sound better now, whatever you did.
Yeah, I had to take my Bluetooth headphones off. I was watching you, too. But I was just saying, you seem like an old soul like myself. I was born in 86. I kind of grew up with the Attitude Era and WCW and things like that.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, I got 2 questions. Do you think we could ever get, like, as popular as wrestling was in the mainstream in the 90s, like damn near pop culture? Or was it doomed to stay like this in like a niche environment?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if it could ever really be this popular again because it never really has been that popular ever. You know what I mean? If they could get it back to where it was like in the late 80s, like that would be something. Okay. Like if we can just get to that, like that would be acceptable to me. But we're at like the mid early 90s right now and it's ugly. But to hit that Attitude Era, I don't know if they could ever do that again. I'm not sure. I mean, I can't believe they can't. The personalities they have.
It seems like what? Oh, my.
No, it's okay.
All right. I was about to say, it seems like our parents, like if they watch wrestling, it seems like everybody watched it. Like our parents and their neighbors neighbors watched it. And now it's just like, does it really matter?
Yeah, like it was fairly known in the 80s and stuff like that. Like you could mention certain people and they'd kind of know. But I would guess that 5 million people or something. I don't know what the numbers are myself. I have no idea. I'm guessing, but I'm betting like 5-6 million people in the U.S. were like into wrestling in the 80s, and in the late 90s it was like 10 million people.
Sup, Joe.
Thanks for the
Leaving
call,
a
bro.
tip.
Oh, thank you, Apollo the leader. Give you a clap there. That's a little golf clap for Apollo the leader. Apollo, dude, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that, dude. Anything to... I'll make more money than this video would have made if I uploaded it now. Unknown callers on the phone. Hello.
Hey, Joe, I actually got an AEW question, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. AEW, I like it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Now, I've seen a couple of AEW so far. Now, do you think they're relying too much on, like, Spot Fest, and that's going to get old quick?
I do think it could get that way, but here's what I like about AEW on these pay-per-views that they've done. What I like is that they do have these matches that are like sort of spotty matches and sort of flippy-flop matches, but then there's been these like emotional matches with Cody Rhodes and his brother or somebody. Cody has had these great psychology like story matches, and then we've had heavyweight title matches that meant a lot that weren't the best match on the card, but they were as exciting because the belt was on the line or something like that recently when they put the AEW belt on the line. So like as long as they keep that like diversity among the styles, I'll be okay. But if it all was like Young Bucks, and then the Young Bucks just have like a friggin' crash test dummy like Spot Fest insanity. So as long as there's differences happening throughout the night, I'm cool. But if they all do the same thing, like I feel like even though NXT had some of the better matches maybe, and NXT UK, maybe arguably had the best match of anything during that weekend a little while back when Walter wrestled his match against, what was the guy's name? Pete, I always forget his name, the little guy. But anyway, that match was arguably the best match of the weekend, but NXT, a lot of times, all the matches kind of are the same thing. Like, there's this kick out, finisher, kick out, and the people are screaming, and kick out, and the people are crazy, but it's really exciting. And then, by the end of it, I feel like all the matches tried to do that, so I felt like I saw the same thing. But when I saw AEW at Double or Nothing, it's like, while I only liked about 3 matches fully, the Cody Rhodes and Goldust match was like, that was one of the best things I've seen in a long time emotionally. So like that, those differences I like. If they can keep doing that where there's different matches, there's a hardcore match, there's this emotional like crazy like psychology match, there's this like we're just going to tear it down ladder match. Like if they have all that diversity in the matches, then I love it. But you're right, they could fall into Spot Monkey world, and then like I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, and then I have another question.
Sure.
What if Drew's wife was locked in a Hell in a Cell with 4 black guys?
Oh, no! Oh, God, no! You son of a bitch! Oh, my God, no! How many people knew that was the guy, like, right from the beginning, by the way?
You are fucked.
Dude, I just laughed like the Joker or something. I was because I knew that was him. So I gave this long-winded answer. And I knew that the next question, the follow-up question, was going to be about Drew's wife taking a pounding. Oh, boy. Oh, man. That was great. Oh, boy. I love that guy. Yeah, PYRO might be coming back, but who really cares? You know what I mean? Does anybody really care? I mean, I do, actually. I'm joking. I'm saying, like, does anybody really care? I do care. I want PYRO back. It makes a difference a little bit. A little bit. I mean, listen, if the stories suck, the stories are going to suck anyway. So it's you're kind of screwed no matter what. Great, the PYRO went off when they came out at the beginning. That's great. Too bad the rest of the show was garbage, you know what I mean? So you don't want that. So come on, man. Do you think Seth Rollins is going to burn it down tonight? Does anybody else think Seth Rollins is going to burn it down tonight? I'm going to burn it down. What a fucking, ugh.
Here I am, an SJW!
What a mess that is. Let's go to Kenny Omega making fun of, actually he's making fun of my buddy, man. He's making fun of Donovan Dijak, or whatever he goes by now, Dijakovic, or whatever the fuck they changed his name to. They changed his Dijak, I don't even know. They made fun of him like 70,000 times. Everyone's all up in arms about Kenny Omega going after WWE and NXT and stuff. But this has definitely got to be my favorite clip of all of it. Of all the... I mean, he's joking around, obviously.
Super
I love it.
Chat. party.
Oh, Mike Hamilton, thank you, my friend. I think we've made, how much money have we made here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $7. Take away 30%. Take away 20%. I've made about $3 or $4 here, so that's not bad, man. After taxes and everything, $3. This video would have made 40 cents in ad revenue, so we've made $4 in tips. So thank you guys so much for that. That does make this a little bit more worth it. You know what I mean? To make $4 or $5 as opposed to uploading this and then making 40 cents. You know, definitely rather make $4 than 40 cents. So thank you so much for the live donations, Mike Amilto, and big shout out to Sith Negan, who last night dropped 10,000 bits. That was really crazy. I do got to get out of here in a minute though, so I'm not staying on forever because I've got to go take care of some stuff, make the kids food and all that kind of stuff. But here is the Kenny Omega clip, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Me, I'm gonna get the TV time now. Donovan dickhead, right? Sitting there, now Triple H will push me. I'm gonna get the TV time now. I'm gonna stand up for the team. What? God, I can't.
Donovan Dickhead. Dude, when he called him Donovan Dickhead, dude, this might be the funniest thing I've ever seen Kenny Omega do. Because I actually a lot of times, I think Kenny Omega is such a great guy, like a nice guy and everything. But like I've never really, and he's had great, nice, passionate little promos and stuff like that, but he's never really done anything that makes me laugh that much or think like, this guy's awesome. Like I'm usually just kind of like, wow, Kenny Omega's really cool on the mic and stuff. That's cool. But like, this is fucking hilarious. Like if he did this on TV, I'd be like tuning in every week. I'd be like, dude, I'm into this shit every week. Is he gonna make fun of Triple H and that fucking Kevin Dunn looking fucking face like every week? Because I'll tune into that.
Donovan dickhead, right? Sitting there, now Triple H will push me. I'm gonna get the TV time now. I'm gonna stand up for the team. What? God, I can't.
Dude, he goes into fucking Joe Cronin mode when he gets in a rant, apparently. That's fucking hilarious, man. But yeah, people, all I saw was people were mad that he was like going after WWE, like, oh god, I'm just starting to roll my eyes over this. And but now everybody, that clip was funny. I don't know what other shit people are talking about. If I'm missing something, somebody tell me maybe and let me know.
Here we go, about to
oh shit!
Here we go. Here we go.
Brandon Brown's coming in with a dodo drop.
Sup Joe, I'm sure Raw will suck tonight, but I'll look forward to the review tonight.
Brandon Brown, thanks, man. Thank you very much, man. Holy shit, $5. Holy shit, bro. Add $2 to the 4, 5, 6. We're up to $6, dude. That's fucking badass. That is better than making 40 cents. I've already made this has already been a good decision to go live with this video rather than put it up recorded. Plus, we can interact for a few seconds. Brandon Brown, thank you very much, man, for that $5. I appreciate that. And now, because of Brandon Brown, we're going to take a phone call. And we're going to go to 908's on the phone. Hello.
Joe! What's up, buddy? It's Jacob.
G-Unit. No, Jacob, what's up, man?
What's up, sexy? Yo, quick question, bro. Quick question. How can you fix Seth Rollins? Because, man, we all know Seth Rollins is fucking awesome, but they're fucking ruining him, like, character-wise. How can you fix him?
How do you save Seth Rollins? You turn him heel, and you just have him.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Yes, thank you for the call, Joe. Thank you.
Boom. You make him into a sniveling son of a bitch like he was. You know what? All you people really suck. Because that's what he sounds like anyway. I'm gonna burn it down. Fuck. I would probably make him like turn on Becky or something like that. I don't know. You know, after making them so public and everything. Anyway. Ridiculous. Donovan the Jack. By the way, TitleMatchNetwork.com, 50% off for 3 months. Use coupon code Cronin. Do it now, guys. Go show them love today. And just view all the library. There's so much stuff in their library to search through. It's almost unbelievable. And watch the match where Thunder Rosa shouts us out. It's crazy. 860, hello.
How you doing, Joe?
How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm King Style.
King Style, baby. What's been up?
I just wanted to ask you, did you hear the news about David Benoit being spotted with Tony Khan?
Yes. I saw a picture. I saw a picture with them. I saw them Yeah, he's working with AEW, it looks like.
This is a serious question that I really want to ask. I don't want to come off as like, being uncomfortable or anything like that, but do you think the real reason why he was never signed to WWE or any other company, for that matter, until AEW became a thing was because of the Chris Benoit effect?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So it's probably, I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Because I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit, man. I don't think he deserved that.
He's a smaller, if I remember, he's also a smaller dude. How, what's his name again?
Smaller, David.
Yeah, let me go look.
'Cause
Yeah.
I thought he was a little taller than his dad. It's just Chris looked a little bit, on the juice, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, David is a very small man. Like, to be honest.
And he looked really pale, too.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this photo with him. And I'm just saying, like, think about a WWE superstar. David, he's kind of losing some hair already. He's got that sort of a dorky look. And you mean wrestling-wise, right? Like, because I don't even know how... I haven't even seen him wrestle, to be honest.
I don't think he officially had a match at all. I'm serious.
I don't think he's a wrestler. I think he's like a backstage guy.
Really? I heard he was going to train to be a wrestler, or he was going to have like a match in Canada one night, but Chris Jericho kiboshed that because he wasn't trained.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Chris was like really pissed. Like, no, dude. He told Chris Jericho, obviously, told the promoter, like, he's not going to go in the fucking ring. He's not doing that. He's going to get hurt.
Right.
And he kind of, from what I've heard, he scolded, like, kind of like being the father figure.
Right.
He kind of like scolded a little bit at David, like, dude, you're not supposed to be doing that. You shouldn't. You can get hurt. You're not trained.
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't paid enough attention to David Benoit. From the way people talk about him, it always feels like he's already done wrestling, because the way it's like he's going to be signed. What's he going to be signed for if he's not even wrestling?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they have Cody, they have Kenny, they have the Bucks. I'm assuming that they have Malenko, right? They have Jericho. They can train him while they're not wrestling, of course. I mean, it's possible.
I guess, yeah. Like, I don't understand all the talk about him. I don't know personally what he wants to do. I've never seen him wrestle. I've never seen him do an interview. So, like, I feel like the only people that are saying, like, oh, David Benoit, is going to be signed or something, are the fans who just keep saying that. I have never heard him.
I heard him say something. It was like probably 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. Like, he was thinking about wanting to be a wrestler, but that doesn't mean he said, I'm going to be a wrestler.
Right. Yeah,
and not only that, go ahead, sorry.
No, I mean, I guess maybe now he's looking to be one, so that's fine, but again, like, the guy's got a lot of work to do if he hasn't really trained, you know what I mean, for someone to sign him.
And one of the things that people had an issue with is, like, I don't know if they can call him David Benoit or whatever. They're going to probably have to put a mask on him or call him something else due to that reason.
Yeah, I mean, they could rename him something else, but he could also... I could see him being David Benoit, to be honest, but I could also see him being something else. And, I could see... I don't know, I'd just love to hear an interview. I want to hear from him. I wish I knew what the whole situation is with him. I don't know...
Dude, you should do an interview with David.
If I could find him, I would, If anybody can find him, I'd love to reach out to him, but I probably won't hear anything, like always. But, yeah, I'll try it.
Also, go ahead.
No, I'll try to reach out to him.
Another question that I want to ask is, like, what do you think, with Brock being on SmackDown, right? Do you think they're going to have him wrestle a match on SmackDown now?
Do I think who's going to wrestle on SmackDown?
Brock.
Yeah, I think that we have heard the rumors for a long time that Brock was going to go to Fox because they wanted him there. And then we also heard the rumors that Brock was going to win the belt on one of the first SmackDowns on Fox. So those are the two things we heard. Number one has come true, apparently. and he's going for the title. So will two come true?
And I like Kofi, but I feel like he's going to lose.
They got to get the belt. I mean, I love Kofi too, and whatever. But yeah, they've got to get the belt. They got to get the belt off him. This is awful at this point.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I like Kofi, but and the New Day thing helped a little bit revitalize his career a bit. But I think he should have had his own entrance music. He should have stopped with the throwing of the pancakes and the gyrating and the fucking I was going to say the tuba.
Yeah.
The trombone. I mean, and I told my cousin this, who's a wrestling fan. I'm like, dude, Kofi needs to be a little more serious. I'm not saying he has to be like Steve Austin or Undertaker when he was the biker, but he needs to show that he's a tough guy. You know, this is pro wrestling. He was like,
even just that old song he had, him coming down and being like, I got to do this on my own type of thing. But yeah. But the New Day is so popular and everything, and that's kind of what, so Vince wanted that whole thing to be a part of it. I feel like that worked in Kofi's favor because he was in New Day on top of everything, and I think Vince likes the idea of the New Day getting over, and I think he thinks they help prop up the whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, I agree that I wish that maybe he had been a little more solo and stopped gyrating and throwing pancakes, but I don't know.
Because him facing Randy Orton or Brock, for that matter, it just makes him look like, come on, dude. It's like, dude, realistically, you think, oh, no, Randy Orton and Brock would easily take him out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm believing it a little bit. It's just that, but the pancake stuff and everything just makes it way worse. And especially like Big E, when like they get attacked and all this crazy shit happens, and then Big E is spanking a dude the next second, and it's like, what is going on?
Or he's thrusting his body like Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah, right.
For the comeback, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Like, it's funny, but it's like it doesn't
it's funny,
fit.
But it's like,
yeah, it just doesn't fit what they're doing.
If somebody's beating my ass, do you think I'm going to start doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only comparison I can come up with is like Road Dogg when the New Age Outlaws, but they never really took themselves seriously. They were kind of always like, we're gonna hurt you and type of thing. And
yeah, but I remember like when they first started off, when they attacked
the Funk
Man, and then they were slowly joining DX loosely. Yeah. They were attacking Hawk and Animal,
right?
And then they were attacking Cactus and Funk.
Yep.
They were kind of serious.
No, they were really serious.
They were serious up until probably 6 months later. They started to do the jokey thing with Mr. Ass and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely got silly, and then they sort of were like the New Day of back then, because someone would do something to them, and they'd be like, Billy, let's kick their ass, and then in the match, Road Dogg would do the pump handle, and he'd hump their ass or whatever, and then
my
pump
God.
handle slam.
I remember when he did that to Austin, and immediately Austin it was hilarious because Austin fuck no, you're not.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. I remember that was really funny.
And then also one more question.
Yeah.
With NXT and AEW being a thing, with Kenny Omega calling out Donovan Dickhead.
That was pretty funny, dude.
That was hilarious. With them having their shows, right, with WWE being smart and starting 2 weeks before so they can get promotion from Raw, and little was left of SmackDown before they go to Fox officially, do you think, NXT could be the next big thing? It could actually outdo Raw, and AEW may take. If not, do you think AEW may take some of that viewers from NXT?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the danger. Both companies are sort of, to me, risking that. Giving each other the audience. So who's going to take the other person's audience? We're going to be able to watch that. We know that NXT drew 1.2 million. We know that some of the lowest ratings for the WWE, SmackDown, and Raw have been around 1.9 to 2. So, NXT is about 800,000 people away from being on par with SmackDown and Raw. And where's AEW going to sit? So it's all going to be about watching those ratings for AEW and then watching the battle of those. It's going to be interesting.
Because with the NXT finish of Roderick Strong beating Velveteen, it's like they're setting up now with Velveteen against Cole.
Yeah, and hopefully,
title.
those guys. Thank God they're still there and they didn't come up to the main roster, because that stuff's gonna be really fun, I think. But I think NXT, unfortunately, one of the things about NXT that you're gonna see, I believe, is they're really gonna rely heavily on the wrestling. I don't think they're gonna have as much storytelling as we think. I hope they do, and I'm surprised. But right now, I'm kind of worried that it's just going to be a kind of in-ring promo. Now we have match, where I think AEW is going to do that sort of outside-the-box stuff. So if NXT can't do that, I think you'll get more of what we see now, which is NXT's show from the beginning to end is going to be like an 8 out of 10, good matches and stuff like that, decent story build and all these things, where AEW is going to be a little bit more all over the place. Like, there's going to be matches that are just duds, there's going to be some storylines that are cringy, but then there's going to be storylines that are fucking awesome and hilarious, and then there's going to be hardcore matches, there might be some blood, there's going to be some other things that happen, but so NXT is going to be way more sort of like processed, if that makes any sense. Like, it's going to be more straight, like you pretty much know what you're getting, but it's going to be good, but it's not going to vary from this certain rule book and plans that they have to follow. Whereas AEW is going to be able to sort of step over the line a little bit. And so that's where the shows are going to be different. You're going to potentially maybe get a little bored of NXT, maybe, but know they're going to deliver on takeovers like always. Whereas AEW, they may deliver on TV. So I know I'm contradicting and saying a bunch of weird shit. We just don't know yet. We have no idea. It's like NFL.
We don't know because AEW has not premiered yet.
Right. So we'll see what happens.
I just hope when they do premiere, they don't do the fucking WWE formula, like they have the 30-minute fucking promo. I'd rather them do like WCW Nitro used to do.
Yeah.
And just have a match for the start, like have like cruiserweights or whoever guys that could steal the show in the beginning, and then at the end they basically they steal it again.
I like the idea of like a couple storylines that are going throughout the night, like 2 storylines that are going throughout the night, maybe. And then matches happening and maybe an opening. I just say do whatever it calls for. If the show calls for, and thanks for the call, man, good shit. If the show calls for a promo at the beginning, or calls for the owner to come out and make a crazy stipulation, or calls for a shocking moment to open the show, do it. If you don't have that, well, then just put on a great match to start the show. Whatever. I don't care what they do as long as it makes sense and it's entertaining and it's not boring. So I don't care if they have promos at the beginning as long as that is interesting. If it's interesting, if it's going to be good, it's good. Doesn't matter what they do. But yeah, doing really bad 15-minute Raw openings for like a year with the McMahons and Stephanie McMahon and people coming out there over and over again. Yeah, that, God, please no. Please, God, no. But yeah. That being said, I got to get out of here, man. I do got to move on. I really, really appreciate the support during this stream, everybody, and maybe I'll take one more call. Unknown caller. Oh, unknown caller hung up. Unknown caller, I'll try to put you on, man. Unknown, hello.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
So, do you think that AEW is going to get even close to what NXT did, or do you think there's going to be a borderline between the two?
I would say that I don't know. I really have no clue, but I'm going to say that I think it's going to be a smaller audience. I think you're probably going to see somewhere between 500 and 600,000 viewers. That's my opinion. Haskell 420.
Check your Twitter. Sent you the new Verizon WWE Hell in the Cell promo vid.
Ooh, nice.
Firefly Funhouse.
Ooh, I like that. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, I like it. Oh, my God, yeah, nice. I like the promo, man. Haskell420. Haskell, thank you very much for the $5, man. And, guys, I will try to do more of these day streams with the wrestling and make it longer because I like doing these, and I know you guys like them. I like them. You like them. If you haven't watched Monetize This, my show from Friday nights that's not wrestling talk, over on my other channel, Corrupted Nation, Dude, we got like 60,000 views on that video. Go check it out if you haven't watched that show. It's funny as hell. If you like extreme humor, then you will like monetize this episode 230 over on my other channel, Corrupted Nation. We just lost a patron, but then we gained a patron. So I want to say thank you to, God, who is it? Anthony B. I don't know if he wants his name said. So Anthony B., thank you for becoming a $5 patron. And now we're at 390 patrons. So we are very close to 400 patrons. If we hit 400 patrons, I am going to do a 24-hour stream. Haskell420. Haskell, man, thanks, buddy, for that $5 and sending me the video. I'll take a look at it. And we're getting ready for Raw tonight. I'll be live after Monday Night Raw tonight right here on the Joe Cronin Show channel. I hope if you're new, you subscribe. You guys get all my daily videos and everything else we do. Please think about becoming a patron. 30 hours of content you can't hear on YouTube. Me and my wife's podcast is coming up tomorrow. A brand new episode, plus Corrupted Podcast is always there, and Morning Madness is going up as well. Going to be a lot of stuff coming to the Patreon this week, and then especially in October, a bunch of new shows are going to be starting in October. But anyway, 10 away from 400. See if you guys can make it happen. Go check it out. It's free to check it out. Download the app, Patreon, and go to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Don't forget about Title Match Wrestling and TitleMatchNetwork.com. That's TitleMatchNetwork.com. Enter coupon code Cronin, and you'll get 3 months of 50% off, man. Nuts.
Party.
Will Tactics.
Go watch Monetize This from Friday. Now.
Will Tactics, thanks, man. Yeah, dude, I don't know how people could have missed it. It was pretty insane. The whole episode's pretty good. Will Tactics, you are love, I love you. Devious Dave Rose is in the chat, and Devious Dave Rose graciously awaits Joe Cronin to give him the word on Final Frontier News, and I may hit him up in just a few. I like MJF, but I feel like I'd pick on the guy in real life. Would you? I don't know, man. He's pretty crazy. MJF's pretty crazy. Anyway, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching. Please, if you want to hit me up on Twitter, it's @CorruptedPod, @CorruptedPod on Twitter. That's my weird hidden name because I'm banned for life on Twitter for being real as fuck. So @CorruptedPod on Twitter, and hit me up on Instagram if you'd like to. Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. You can hit me up there as well. And we'll talk on Instagram, man. That's all I got to say. Shout out to Wardlow. And I will see you guys tonight after Monday Night Raw. We'll take phone calls. We'll do all that craziness. And we'll have a good time. Mwah.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.